everyone. So today we will discuss one of the beautiful regions in Mindanao, and that is Region 12, or also known as Soxargen region. It is Soxargen because it's an acronym for its constituent provinces and major city. So SOC is South Cotabato, then Cotabato or North Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, Sarangani, and General Santos City. So the regional center is Coronadal City, which is located in the province of South Cotabato. And this Coronadal City class is also the capital city of South Cotabato. So the region is branded as the 12th paradise in the Philippines. That is because of a rich mix of natural wonders. They have lake, mountains, volcanoes, many type of natural attractions or wonders are present. The highest peak, which is Mount Apo, is also located in Soxargen region. Now let's dive in with their different provinces. First, let's have South Cotabato. So South Cotabato is known as the land of the dream weavers. Why? Because of one of the ethnic tribes in South Cotabato called Tibuli. So the Tibuli women in this tribe they weave the sacred cloth called tinalak. So these tinalak, the patterns, as you can see on the picture, they believe that these patterns came from their dreams or kanaganing damgo. So gipadamguhan sila and they believe that these dreams are gifts from one of the spirits that they believe it was spirit Pu Dalo because most of the ethnic tribes class in Mindanao believe in animism. So manang animism, kanang halito. They believe that the forest, the environment has spirits. It is alive because of this spirit. Like nice spirit sa mountains, nice spirits sa forest, and many more. So it is believed also that the Buli are the guardians, okay, protecting the environment itself, especially environments. And again, their capital city is Coronadal, and it is known also as Parba. Now let's go on with their top tourist attractions. First is we have the Lake Cebu. So Lake Cebu is a placid lake famous for its floating restaurants and lotus flowers. So this is the photo. Kani di ni sila sagbot class. These are lotus flowers. Ang kaning lotus is mag-float na sila sa lake or sa tubig. And then it's not visible here in the photo, but there are restaurants beside of it. Okay. And next attraction is we have seven waterfalls. Still in Lake Cebu, meron na siya dira dapita. It's a series of 765 majestic waterfalls. So it features also one of the highest zip lines in Asia, 600 feet. So this is one of the waterfalls, no? I have here a video of the zip line. Nakita kayo ang kanilang waterfall. So, let's play it. I cannot play, no? But anyways, can feature if you're adventurous, you can go for mga zip lines, no? Like highest jud siya. And then we also have Lake Colon in Tigoli. So it's a breathtaking turquoise crater lake atop Mount Parker. So as you can see, this is like Taal volcano or Taal Lake. Na ang kani siya is volcano, dili na ni siya active nga volcano class yung naay lake sa tunga-tunga or sa crater. Unlike Taal volcano no nga active siya, sige siya ka-erupt last year, erupt kani is wala na, dili na ni siya active. So mo to na ay na-form nga lake sa crater niya. So as you can see, it's very beautiful. Last stop attraction, we have Suralia Tri-People Monument. So this one is located in Suralia. So it's a town there. Na siya sa Murasag na tunga sa Murasag Fuente Circle. So, but here, feature niya ang sculptures depicting the province tri-people heritage, the Muslims and indigenous communities like the Tibuli people. So here, different people living together, different traditions and cultures, but they are living harmoniously. Okay? All right. So next is their cultural practices. We have the Tinalak Festival every July. So it's a week-long celebration of the Tinalak cloth as a symbol of the province soul and cultural harmony. So as you can see, what they're wearing, this one is Tinalak. And Tinalak class has many ganang uses. No? It's not just an attire or a cloth, but you can use it as scarf, bandana, or like habol. And aside from that, there are tribes, it's not just Tibuli, but there are other indigenous tribes as well. But one major tribe is Blaan indigenous groups. So these Blaan or more neighboring na sa din sila, silingan na ni sa Tibuli and Blaan. They also believe in animism, like mga spirits or gods and goddesses. They have their own gods and goddesses. And if Tibuli has Tinalak, Blaan has Tabi. So Tabih. It's also a form of waving. Okay, so their language, especially in their capital in Coronadal, is they're speaking Hiligaynon. That is why the city is known as the Ilonggo capital of Mindanao. Kasam na nato kita ng mga Ilonggo. Panaabi na sila kasagaran sa Iloilo and Visayas. So, mga now, let's go on to their delicacies. So their top delicacies include this one. We have, since daghan og lake, no, dito sa South Cotabato, basically more on seafood sila or fish. So like tilapia. So this one, if natay pork, chicharon, ilha is tilapia chicharon. And this one class is, this is nilasing na tilapia. Anong nilasing na tilapia man? Kay before siya gi-fry, gi-marinate siya sa wine or sa gin. So this wine or gin, nag-add siya og flavor sa tilapia. And this is lolot or lot-lot, lolot, lot-lot, same na sila. This one is ano siya, chicken siya, cook, giluto, sod sa bamboo with local herbs and ginger. And lastly is chicken binakol. Di lang maklaro sa picture. Ay, kaalito. So, this chicken binakol class is like Russian tinola, chicken tinola. But ang nakalahian is the soup. Hindi siya regular na soup. It's the coconut water And aside from that is naasad siya kanang Lubid itself. Proof ba? Nagisagol. Yeah, so these are the top delicacies that you can try if you want to visit in South Cotabato. So these are the cultural practices, no, about South Cotabato. Now let's proceed with North Cotabato. So North Cotabato is the Mindanao's fruit basket. So the province is the region's agricultural powerhouse. So that means that they have big contribution when it comes to producing um, fruits, especially durian, marang, rambutan, and mangosteen. And even they export it. So their capital city is Kidapawan City. So we have their top tourist attractions. Let's First is we have Asik-Asik Falls in Alamada. This is known for its curtain-like spring-fed water flowing from a 60-meter mossy cliff. The falls are located on the slopes of Mount Ragam. So, ang atong naandan waterfalls is mataas, right? But this one, ilang maklaro sa pictures, no? But palapag na siya nga waterfall. Next is we have Lake Agco. Sorry, this is not your usual lake, no? Like Lake Holon. And katong Osaka Lake, diba? Or katong, what do you call this one? The Lake Cebu. Kaya nga naman, mura siyang pugaw, no? But no, this one is, it's boiling. It's a boiling mud and sulfur located at the foot of Mount Apo. So, kaning mud, gikan sa Mount Apo. So, pwede mong makaluto dahil itlog plus tungod sa kainit. And of course, dili siya pwede kaliguan kay boiling water good masunog. This one is popular as well as an endpoint for trekkers. So, katong mga trekkers or mga hikers na gikan sa Mount Apo, kung padaw na sila muna og mao na ilahang endpoint. Mount Apo, of course, the highest peak in the Philippines. You can access it via Kidapawan. Kaning this one. So again, dili lang ang South Cotabato nga ang pwedeng maka-access. Since dako kayo siya, it is surrounded by many provinces. And lastly, we have New Israel Eco Park in Makilala. Di na siya obvious kay ang na-feature is ang waterfalls, but this is an eco park. Dako kay ni siya nga hectare nga eco park na pwede bisag unsa inyong buhaton dire na yung mga forest, na yung mga adventure, and there are friendly monkeys. So dili ninyo pwedeng i-pet no kanang waon niya dala niyo sa balay, uli niyo sa balay, dili pwede i-pet ang mga monkeys dire. So kasagaran is pasagdaan ra nilang maglaro-laro ang mga monkeys no sa community. Okay, so if ang Lake Agco is the end point, this one can be a jump off point or start ninyo padung sa Mount Apo. All right, so now let's proceed with their cultural practices. We have Kalibungan Festival during September. It means gathering, okay, in Manobo language. So it means it celebrates the unity of the province diverse ethnic groups. So na may mga Manobo tribes living in Cotabato and North. So it's not just about Manubo, but there are also Blaan people. So the same with South Cotabato, they are tribe people as well. So naitulog ka groups, we have Tiduray, Manubo, and Blaan. Further delicacies. So their top delicacies include pastel. It can be chicken or beef, but not pork. Tinagtag. Okay, this one. I think you are familiar with this, no? Kaya nasa siya sa upan ng mga provinces. So, snack siya na masyag ampaw, pero dili siya ingon tamis pareha sa ampaw nato. And this one is bulwa. This one is like a soft sponge-like local cake. So, cake siya nga gagmay. Niya, lami ni siya ipare sa coffee. So, murag mao ni lang pamainit dito. And lastly is beef sinina. So, ang beef sinina, mo ni ang traditional nga Magindanaoan spicy, savory beef stew. Kaya, masya karay-karay, pero beef. Okay, so these are all about North Cotabato. Let's proceed with Sultan Kudarat. So, Sultan Kudarat is also known as the gateway to central Mindanao. So, why? Because of its strategic location that connects the coastal areas to the agricultural heartland of the region. And why? Asa gikan ang word ni Sultan Kudarat? It is named in honor of Sultan Muhammad Dipatuan Kudarat, the 17th century ruler of the Sultanate Maguindanao who resisted Spanish colonization. So back then, during the Spanish, before naabot ang mga Spaniards, i-colonize ang Philippines. Sa Mindanao, naara dyan mga Muslim people. So sila'y nag-una og settled there is in Philippines, specifically in Mindanao. And then Spaniards want to padakon pa jud ilang territory ang Christianism. Spread ang Christianism sa Philippines. So they tried to spread their Christianism in the Philippine Mindanao, but there are tribe leaders and Muslim leaders that don't want to be don't want to be colonized, especially religion. So, usa si Sultan Muhammad Dipatuan Kudarat who resisted Spanish colonization. So that is why the province was named after him. Okay, and its capital is Isula. When it comes to their top attractions, we have Sultan Kudarat Provincial Capital. So, as you can see in person is mag-glitter daw ni siya kaning sa babaw in gold. Then this one is a Moroccan-inspired architecture. So, kay Muslim yaw. But, of course, since it is a capital, wala ra sad niya gi-focus ang Muslim law. As you can see at the top, di lang siya maklaro, but there is a symbol of Islam religion. And then a cross symbolizes Christianity or Catholicism, and kaning ikatulo is the tribe or the different ethnic tribes living in Sultan Kudarat. Next is we have La Palmera mountain ridges in Colombia. So as you can see, in Indonesia pang sightseeing and hiking. No, wala sa Philippines. Marshall ko sa laing country, but yes, it is in the Philippines. It's very beautiful. Right. Next is we have Barras Bird Sanctuary. So dako sa kini siya nga place. It's a 2.5 hectare protected area. So this is a private area owned by the Malana family that houses over 20,000 migratory birds. So different kinds of birds. Last is we have Bansada Eco Park in Bagong Bayan. So it's a popular government-led hilltop ecotourism. So that means class na government ang nag-manage sa kaninga eco park. And aside from that is daghan kag pwedeng mabuhat diri yung ang maglakaw-lakaw, but we have many activities to go out like cable car rides, mga ATV na apo diri. Mag-biking pwede na ka. Okay, now let's proceed with their cultural practices. So, Sari Manok is a legendary bird figure representing Philippine Islamic arts. So, I think you already know this, no? Kaya naman yung pag-alam ninyo. So, as you can see, it's a colorful bird. So, kanya siya is sculpture ni siya. Nga naa siya, nakakuha siya o, unsa ni? Fish. Nga nasa fish dito. Okay, when it comes to their festival, we have Kalimutan Festival every November. It's a harvest Thanksgiving festival where tribal groups gather to display their customs and traditions. And when it comes to tribe, their population is a mix of Magindanaoan Muslims, Hiligay non-settlers, and indigenous groups like the Dulangan, Manubuan, Tiduray. So, naitulo Dulangan, Manubuan, Tiduray. Still, Hiligay nun ang most widely spoken language dito, and they are also known for Magindanaoan weaving, brassware, and ochre designs. When it comes to delicacies, of course, di mawa ang fish. This one is not tilapia but fried ito or catfish. This one is beef kurma. Masya curry. Yeah, curry siya but beef. Yeah, iyang curry paste is peanut. And we also have their Sultan Kudarat na premium coffee and Pyongyang na. Okay, so that's it for Sultan Kudarat. Now let's go to Sarangani. So Sarangani is known as the Sarangani Bay Jewel. So Bay Jewel because of their Sarangani Bay. So why kini siya nga Sarangani Bay nga bay with a pristine coastline and the world-renowned which is a key source of biodiversity. And its capital is Alabel. So if Sultan Kudarat came the name in honor of Sultan Muhammad, this Sarangani legend says is named after the prince of Indonesia named Sarangani, Indonesian prince, and later fell in love with a local princess. So this prince decided to settle in Sarangani instead of going back in Indonesia. Okay, top tourist attractions, we have Maitum water tubing. So it's a high adrenaline ride down the Pangi River. Kani mo ni ang Pangi River. So kani is ganing regligit. Sino nga pwedeng hinuong salbabida o nugit sa samkanan. So it is believed that it's the cleanest river in their region. Kumasa Beach, it is known as the small Boracay of Mindanao. Kung di mo ganahan og water adventure, nato sila air adventure and that is Safi Ranch Paragliding in Maasin. So it's a premier spot for paragliding with views of the ocean. And lastly, the Pinol Cave in Maitom. So kaning Maitom is a place or a municipality in Sarangani. So kani siya class are burial jars. Okay, so ari originally na-discover ang mga burial jars during the pre-Hispanic period. So as you can see, different ang style decoration sa burial jars because magdepende daw siya sa status nimo or sa class nimo sa tribe. So if you are a prince, a sultan, or a chieftain, nindot ang imuhang style or decoration sa imong jar. Yan na siya something diri sa babaw niya. If you are an alipin, okay, uso man ang slavery sa una, imuhang jar ko no is plain lang siya nga jar. Kana siya. Okay, so these are the top tourist attractions. Now, let's go with their top delicacies. These include bangsi or flying fish. Can you? I guess a different kind of fish, no? That is because of their Sarangani Bay. Tuna sinuglaw, kay ba naman siguro mo kung saan na sinuglaw, no? Again, sinugba, like the pork belly isugba, and kinilaw, which is tuna ilahang kinilaw dali. Milkfish or bangus, so different seasoning of milkfish, and buko brine. Now, let's go to their culture. They have Munato Festival during November. It is derived from Munato, means first spring. So, kato mga first settlers sa Sarangani, ilang ligay homage. And they also celebrates its prehistoric roots and tribal heritage. So there are two major tribes in Sarangani. We have the Blaan tribe, as what I said earlier, na sila'y, they are also known for waving, and that is tapping. And Sangil people, there are Muslim groups, Muslim tribes that are deeply rooted in the province and actively maintain their culture, particularly in the coastal areas. So these are the different cultural practices in Sarangani. So just a recap, diba, there are 4 provinces. First, we have South Cotabato, North Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, and Sarangani. So now let's go to the one regional center in region 12, and that is General Santos. So, of course, it is known as the tuna capital of the Philippines because as you can see on the photo, no, it's the largest tuna, the country's largest tuna fishing and processing industry, supplying world-class sashimi grade tuna globally. So they also do exports of their own tuna. So if si Sultan Kudarat was named after the Sultan, Sarangani was named after a prince, an Indonesian prince, General Santos City was named after the general during the Spanish colonization, General Paulino Santos, who pioneered to lead the first group of Christian settlers. Kaysa una mong class is kuan jud siya kanang may minority groups ra ang Christian settlers sa Sarangani since nag-start pa man. So, medyo, and as I mentioned earlier na, naadyo'y mga Muslims nga, di jud sila ganahan mag-colonize. So, they will fight bloody para di lang jud sila makolonize. So, mausad na nga, lisod nag-struggle sa jud ang mga Christians na magpuyo sa Sarangani. And that is also the same in General Santos. Okay? And top tourist attractions, we have Jensan Fishport Complex. It's a massive facility where giant tunas are weighed and traded daily. So, nahimong attraction nila ang ilang fishport, no? Tungod sa daghan kay mga suki or mga customers, mga rate para lang dyan mo bayad. Dili lang mga normal people, but even kanang mga restaurant owners, mga chef, ari sila. Para mapalit lang kung ano mo na ang worth. We also have Sanchez Peak, the highest point in the city, offering views of Mount Matuto and Sarangani Bay. And Plaza General Santos serves Plaza General Santos or Jensan City Park serves as the symbolic green oasis. It offers a peaceful, well-manicured escape amidst the bustling metropolis. Next is Queen Tuna Park. It's a great spot for casual seaside kanang mag-uyab, pwede kayo mo mag-stroll if makalaag man lang, if makalaag mo sa Jensen. Alright, now let's go to their culture. practices. We have the CT is a diverse mix of indigenous Oblaan and Maguindanaoan groups and migrants from Luzon and the Visayas. So, mahong si Jute nga melting pot in Jensen. They also celebrate Tuna Festival. So, mga Bisaya, but by the way, Bisaya and Hiligaynon ang language dire. So, no, kung kita siguro magpuyo dire, no? Magsumula na dyan ta sa tuna. Diba? So, they offers tuna-shaped floats, street dancing, and sashimi eating contests. With their delicacies, of course, expect for tuna delicacies. Na ay, mon ilang sashimi grade tuna sa kaabundant nila sa tuna tanawa nahimip lang street food o ilang sashimi. Oray ta Cebu at asa mo ka mga tilaod sashimi sa mga restaurants mahal kayong serve. But there in Jensen, even in streets na ay mamalikya o nga na siya ka-affordable dito. This green one is wasabi. But you can use different sauce like soy sauce and calamansi. They also have tuna chorizo, tuna empanada, and tuna chicharon. Sa puno sa tuna. Okay, so these are the cultural practices and the legacies of Sarjan region. So I hope that you've learned something today and that dili lang nato kalimutan, but we should familiarize and memorize the information, the geography, the culture, and the legacies of each province and region. That would be all. Thank you so much. Harlan.